La, la, la. Oh, I don't have. Oh yeah, let me. I don't want. I've got YouTube Premium. Let me open a new fucking thing. Red Kiwis has touched so many hearts of children. Yeah, I mean, was there a reason for saying that, mate? It's just literally a fact. Do you know what I mean? What you've just said to me there is just like saying water is fucking wet. Thank you for the £2, Craig. Thank you for all your £2.
Hello, everyone.
I'm not even saying that sarcastically either.
BradDoesBanter.
I actually do appreciate it because it's more than these fucking rats are doing in the chat. Do you know what I mean? Fuck them, Craig. You and me are different, bro. Right, fucking, how are we doing this now? I'll do your display capture. Is there anything I don't want you seeing on this? No, it's alright. Give me a second, boys. Yeah, this will be right. This will be right. Let me know what the audio sounds like in that. Well, I'm not saying we'll watch the whole 10 minutes long. We might not watch it all, but we'll have a look through. We'll see what he says, and we'll decide whether it's whether we're happy with it or not. If I'm not happy with it, I'm going to be cross because I'm still fucking unstable, right? These people need to realise that you can't. I might be a dead YouTuber, but I'm still fucking nuts. Might want to turn that down so I don't hear myself.
BradDoesBanter, a name you have probably never heard of before, or a name you haven't heard of for a really long time. This is probably because of his channel.
Let me just check what I sound like. I know this is scuff. Let me just check what I sound like versus that.
Name you have probably never heard of before, or a name you haven't heard of for a really long time. This is probably because of his channel.
Yeah, that's sound. Okay.
Sitting at around 270,000 subscribers, has been kicked to the ground and spat on by YouTube's guidelines and algorithm. Brad starting his channel on
Okay. He's not just someone who's got his racist, he's someone who's said a fact. I'll give him that. I'm not going to pause it all the time, but I'll give him that.
14th of June 2014, at the start of his YouTube, was something that many other people at the time were doing, Minecraft videos. Now, these videos were nothing special for his channel in the long run, but he did get some viewer base from doing these videos. From him starting and ending his Minecraft series, I believe he gained...
Doing a bit of sniff there, wasn't I? I just had a cold, I wasn't doing sniff. That nose is very red.
Around 20,000 subscribers. Now, before I move on with the video, I just need to clarify something. 2015 and 2016 YouTube was a completely different time. People didn't get as offended on Twitter and people weren't being exposed for grooming every day. Brad took a turn from his Minecraft and moved on to commentary videos, with his first gameplay commentary being about Bashverse, which was a trending topic at the time, since this is when he had his meltdown.
On Twitter, I'm just scrolling down my news feed and then a little notification pops up at the bottom, which always pops up if a verified person follows you, and it says Bashverse. What the fuck is this nonsense?
Are you hearing this fucking voice? Are you hearing my voice? Wow! This was in the time where my voice started to change, so literally like 4 months after that, I had a deep voice. It's really weird, like 3-4 months after this video, I had a deep voice. It's actually weird.
Following me for. I've heard a bit of shit about Basher, so I know that he's a bit of a psychopath, obviously. So I don't follow him back, but I DM him, and I'm just like, why did you follow me? I don't know if he was trying to be funny or not, but he replied saying, I was twisting my nipples and couldn't resist. Why were you twisting? I'm 16, Basher. Why were you twisting your nipples, mate? You're a weirdo. But I mean, we all know Basher's weird like that. I'm pretty certain that Claire is like 11, so... you know.
Around late 2016, Brad had gotten into some beef on Twitter with another YouTuber named Syndicate. Now, Syndicate was exposed a while back of him scamming his fans over CSGO gameplay. Brad had seen him arguing on Twitter on his timeline and had proceeded to say this to him: "Don't get upset when you're in prison getting raped." And after this...
So that, I told this story about Syndicate getting me suspended off Twitter, and PewDiePie was gonna make a video with me against Syndicate if he had reacted bad to my video on him. It all started because of that tweet. That's what I said to him. And I actually forgot exactly what I said. I knew it was something about that. Like it was something about the CSGO thing, but I actually forgot the words.
This, Brad had actually gotten his Twitter suspended.
I was an edgy little cunt,
at the time, all eyes on Brad's suspension was the man he was arguing with, Syndicate. PewDiePie, the most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, had contacted Brad and Chubbs about Syndicate. PewDiePie explained how he will make a video defending them if Syndicate made a video responding to Brad in a very negative way.
So I was fucking, honestly, I was praying that Syndicate were going to turn around and be like, oh, you fucking... you know, you're fucking making a video about me, because I called his mum a slag in this video. So I was praying that you were going to turn around and be like, right, well, that's it now. I'm going to try and get your channel suspended or something like that. You know, just some fucking petty shit. I was fucking praying for it, mate. This is going back end of 2016 time, this was. But PewDiePie said he'd do a video of us where he'd, like, roasted Syndicate on his channel. Genuinely. Yeah, Basher's dead now. But I forgot about that. Like, if Syndicate carried on, he was like, I don't want to, like... Right, I don't need to listen to that. It's just like bully behaviour or whatever he said at the time.
Obviously, we would have all wanted this to happen to our YouTube channels. So in Brad's video, he admits he goes at Syndicate personally and doesn't hold back, by taking digs at his mother, by calling her a slag, and just making fun of his looks in general.
Ah, Thomas, I haven't raised you to be a prick, for fuck's sake. Go take the fucking bins out. Fuck off, you fat slag. You look like a spastic elf top. I'm fucking serious. It's bad news, mate. Like, your face is bad news. Look at the fucking
Your face is bad news. Why not speak like that?
Fucking bastard. Not only that, you're 20 fucking 3 and you look like a Down syndrome.
Not only that, you're 20 fucking 3 and you look like a Down syndrome.
With a mustache. You got a face that only red Kiwis could be attracted to.
I would like to request you spin.
Is Basher actually dead? He is, mate, yeah.
Unfortunately for Brad, the video was never made. Bear in mind, this was when PewDiePie was going through a Filthy Frank phase, making his content a little bit more edgy than it is today. And we all know how that went for PewDiePie and why he had to change making that type of content.
Subscribe to Keemstar.
Around 2016 and 2017, a large company by the name of Buzzfeed was extremely popular, and it wasn't because they were a good company, no. They were channels that would advocate for feminism, which on its own is fine, but myself and many others had a problem with the way they went about it. With these Buzzfeed videos, they were very passive-aggressive and almost felt like an attack.
Okay, that's not Buzzfeed, but they did it on purpose. They knew what they were doing. It was to get that fucking sort of reaction from people like, and I'm not saying people like me elevated it, but like not YouTubers, but just people in general, because controversy is still attention. That's why they did it. So they knew what they were doing. It was all bait, and I knew it was bait. I wasn't behind a door, but obviously it was getting views. It was funny. I wasn't making videos on BuzzFeed and going, yeah, fuck these. I was making videos on BuzzFeed and going, I hope they make a fucking another video like this, because that's 200,000 views right there, do you know what I mean?
On men in general. They just left commentary YouTubers making videos about them because they were an easy target.
First of all, fuck off. It's not about balls sticking to leg. It's about literally smashing my balls and testicles.
People pretty much just sit down and say why they don't
like
white people or men.
Hatred.
It's always either one of the two. Because,
that is the biggest change in personality now.
BuzzFeed themselves, they're quite a weird mix.
BuzzFeed themselves, they're quite a weird mix. I actually never realised how much he put his voice on. I did it as well, but he actually made his voice deeper. BuzzFeed themselves.
I would like to request.
Weird from you, Pyro. You know I love you, but weird.
They can be.
Love the Patreon. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that, brother.
At the same time,
really appreciate
incredibly aggressive.
Okay, looking into those YouTubers who had made videos on BuzzFeed, looking at BradDoesBanter, you can see a bit of a tone difference and a bit of a humour difference.
Society treats girls and women.
You see, usually what I'd do is I'd sit here and I'd call them all bitches and slags. If there's an Asian one, I'd probably pretend I can't understand what she's saying and then suggest that she's going to have a Yorkshire Terrier for a tea.
No.
Look like a galaxy fucking minstrel. Look at the state of you, you fucking baboon!
They don't try.
That's bad. That's bad.
Well.
I tell you what, my son, that is in fact racial stereo for looking.
BuzzFeed videos. The guy doesn't hold back with what he thinks is funny. These videos would break over 100k on...
I was bad back then, but it was funny, but I was fucking mad back then. I really was. But it was a different time, and I don't regret jokes I made, because they were jokes. They were still jokes, but it was mad. I was pushing the bar.
On each one, giving Brad a ladder he needed to climb to get big on YouTube. What always surprised...
The reason I skip past that, by the way, is because YouTube could be funny about it, because the content I'm doing right now is modern day content. That's what you could get in trouble for. So it's not... You could go back and watch those videos if you wish. I'm not trying to hide it, but I ain't trying to get in shit with YouTube right now. Do you know what I mean?
Me at the time was how no one did call him out on these jokes at the time. It just shows how different the internet was when it came to accepting
no
edgy
one
jokes.
calls me out now, mate. It was only that Vidal thing.
Brad, but it didn't.
It was only that Vidal thing where people called me out and what you're going to talk about now, but that didn't last for more than a couple of days because people realised who I was and what sort of audience I had attracted, and that I wasn't going to bow down to them. These control freaks who try and say you can't joke about this, you can't joke about that, are exactly that, control freaks. If you're not going to bow down to them, they've got no interest in you. If they cannot affect you, they have no interest, because they're not getting that reaction. They're not getting that reaction out of you. So that's why no one comes for me. It's not because I'm some fucking on some level of anything, or it's not because some people might say, oh, you're too irrelevant now, but it's why no one came for me even when I was still getting views 2019, 2020, and I was still making very, very edgy content. No one will say anything, because what you're going to do, stop me from making edgy content? You're not. You are not. You're just going to make yourself look like a weirdo, so to my audience, so people just never... Do you know what I mean? That's, in my opinion, why people never tried. That might sound a bit me being up my own ass, but I think that's genuinely it. If you don't bow down to these people, they have no power at all. Oh, fuck. Whoops.
The internet was when it came to accepting edgy jokes. Well, I would like to say it ended there well for Brad, but it didn't. In late 2019, Brad uploaded a video in which he spoke about YouTube boxing between KSI and Luke and Paul. And Brad had actually made some comments about Vidal Riley, who at the time was KSI's boxing coach, which is black, made some pretty controversial comments about him in a joking way. From a tweet here from Cavis, we can also see the video in question with the caption, Brad Does Banter really is the worst commentator on the platform. Awful content that includes blatant racism that he claims are edgy jokes, and he attaches this video onto his tweet.
No, there's a fight happening soon between Vidal Riley and Shannon Briggs.
This backfired heavily on Brad, but he wasn't having any of it and uploading a video titled My Response to Being Cancelled. In this video he explains how he isn't racist and how these are all just jokes.
Hello, how are you? Yeah, no, I'm alright. It's been an interesting... Everyone around me was panicking, apart from one of my friends, Annie, and she said you should double down on it and make a proper offensive video back and just really double down. I was like, no, because I got took off YouTube. But everyone else was like panicking. Like, well, not everyone, but a few people. Not like Connor or anything, but a few people were panicking and really shitting themselves about it. And I was a bit of me was like, a bit unfamiliar fucking territory this, because I've never had this much backlash, but I was very calm, I was very focused, I was very like intent on just getting my point across and moving on with it, because I was like, I ain't gonna let this affect me, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm making a joke. I've always made a joke. Am I gonna change my morals now just because a few people are fucking don't like it? Nah, because I'm not gonna fucking bow to anyone's opinion. That was my so I had a very not aggressive, but very sort of just like focused mindset on replying to this when it all happened, and that was it. I was calm, collected, and focused. People around me were going, "Fucking shit, Brad." Calm down. Do you know what I mean? That was my reaction. Good evening for me. In short, I'm not a racist.
Another YouTuber by the name of True Geordie made a video responding to Brad stating this.
Brings me on to one other thing I want to cover. Did you see the kid who made a joke about Vidal?
No.
So there's a fight happening soon between Vidal Riley.
It's very rare I get actually angry watching YouTube. Like, even when people were having a go at me, I was never like triggered. Like, I've spent hours with Vidal. Like, he's one of the best human beings I've met on YouTube.
I've never like met such a nice guy.
There's no way to edgy joke this up or any, like, there's no way of covering that up.
It doesn't matter. Would it be different? Would it be okay if he wasn't a nice guy? It doesn't matter whether he's a nice guy or not, because I don't know him. It's a joke. It's a joke about someone who's in the public eye. You know what I mean? And if he got offended by that, that's fair. He has a right to be offended, and he can comment whatever way he wants to comment about it and respond however he wants. Do you know what I mean? That is his right, 100%. But you fucking poo-eating man, trying to change the definition of what it was that I was doing to suit your agenda. Enjoy your fucking shit, bro. You know what I mean? Enjoy your poo.
That is actual racial abuse, like 100%.
And Brad had stood his ground with what he still believes to be an edgy joke and doesn't back down. Brad's points, in my opinion, were actually good and to the point, and him addressing them all.
There's no way to edgy joke this up or any, like, there's no way of covering that up. That is actual racial abuse, like 100%.
You say there's no way to edgy joke this up. There he is. But there is, because that's what it was. You yourself recognised it was a joke within the first couple of seconds of talking about, within the first breath of this topic. So we're 30 seconds in, you've already contradicted yourself. Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean I agree with all the jokes that he made in that video, but I can respect that he believes that they are just jokes and he isn't being racist. Just because I wouldn't make these jokes on YouTube doesn't mean I don't think anyone else should be allowed to, because if it's just jokes, I think jokes should be allowed on the internet no matter what they are. Now, Brad's channel after 2017 took a nosedive in views, and while true Geordie drama did bring him back up to his normal...
I wouldn't say that. 2018 was my biggest views. Like videos were getting the most views they were getting in 2018. I was just doing less of them, but they were getting views in 2018, like the dating site shit. They were getting like 400k minimum. When I was doing the Buzzfeed things, that was like 150k minimum. I'd say I had my peak in 2018. 2019 went like that. 2020 went like that. 2021 was all, do you know what I mean? So, because I quit in 2020 technically. So I'd say 2018 was actually like, it was like that in 2017. In 2018 it went like that, and then it just sort of went do. But I don't expect you to know everything. Because that'd be a bit weird.
Views, he did end up sinking back down with the views again. Brad realised his channel was dying and decided to address it in a video called My Channel Is Dead.
Now I don't know if you're aware, this might come as a shock to some of you, but my channel is a bit... but just a fucking, my cock size, just a tiny bit dead. Just a tiny bit like just like my nan, just a bit dead.
Well, not long after these videos, in December of 2020, Brad decided to quit YouTube. Only he didn't, and uploaded a video titled I'm Coming Back 2 months after. And then he decided to change his videos, with them being about more serious and toned videos rather than his joking ones. And this was probably him trying to fit into the algorithm like in 2017, but Susan was obviously not having any of it. His channel's views were
It wasn't that. It was... I wanted to make I wanted to make videos regardless, but I couldn't make the joke videos anymore because YouTube strikes. And so the sort of like, when you've got old videos, their attitude is like, well, our guidelines were different back then, so we'll allow you, we won't take you down for videos 4 years old, even if you're making really offensive jokes. But if you make the same jokes in a video now, they'll take you down for it because the guidelines have changed. And he took me down for a video. I've spoke about it so much, it's so repetitive now, so I don't want to go on about it again, but he took me down for a video that I didn't feel was even that bad at all. So that was when I was like, oh fuck, I literally cannot joke on YouTube anymore. So that's why I changed it. It wasn't for the algorithm. I wanted to keep making jokes no matter how many views we were getting, but it was to keep my channel alive, because if my channel stays alive, I can still stream, I can still make money from YouTube. That was the whole idea of that.
Worse than what they were before. And 6 days of the time of recording this, Brad decided to leave once again with the video titled Goodbye. In this video, he explains how he wants to make the videos he once did back in 2017. So to do that, he is going to be doing a Patreon, where he charges people £4 to watch the videos he used to make. I think it's clear, looking at Brad's videos and the content he used to make, he is no longer welcome on the site. The algorithm will no longer promote these type of videos, and people will only get shit for it now. It's probably why Memeless decided to pretty much delete all these videos he ever made on Buzzfeed that had to do with race. He probably knows that he will get called out by this in today's time, so who can blame him for doing it, to be honest. But Brad never really gave a shit, and it's probably what killed his channel in the first place, since YouTube changed but Brad never did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and until next time, die.
Hey Brad, man's making a video on your channel, mini documentary. Oh, what are you going to say about me? Oh, it's him. Are you going to say that I'm racist? Because I'm not. I saw 3 black lads outside before when I was going to Tesco, and they were eyeing me up. This is a genuine true story, right? And me personally, what the fuck? Why did I do that? Why did I start talking about that? Oh my god. Friends. That's funny, that's a funny outro. That was a good video, that was, I was expecting it to be more critical, but obviously he watches the streams. But that was very in my favour, that video. I'm not saying I would have been mad if it were more critical, but no, that was very in my favour. I'll give it a like. It was good. It's called yeah, I'll show you. It's called WackyTV. I will get back to my streams now. I've got prank calls to do, and that timer will be down a lot more, so we need to get back to making money. But that was good. That was really good. See, I was about to say a little bit up my arse, but it wasn't necessarily up my arse. I just think, well, he watches my stream, so the lad obviously fucking agrees with things I've done. Do you know what I mean? And agrees with my sort of stance on things. So I don't think it was necessarily up my arse, because he wasn't like, you know, you know, agreeing with everything, but I went into that video expecting some sort of criticism. But no, there was none of that. Oh, good. That was good, not just because it was positive about me. It was just, it was well done. It was well informed, apart from why I started making the newer videos, because I guess he's guessing that I wanted the algorithm, but I explained it in that first quitting video. It was just because, I explained it in that coming back video. It was because I just wanted to still do YouTube but not get taken down for videos. So that's why I made the serious tone videos all last year, all this year. But aside from that, yeah, everything was, stroked my ego a bit, that video, actually. Sick. Thank you very much, WackyTV. Look at that timer. We've already only got less than an hour left. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Fucking hell. Right, prank calls. If you've got any prank call suggestions, it is 1 PM, so go ham. We're in a different situation than we normally are. You can suggest things that fucking I won't normally be able to do, but I'll be able to do this time because it's daytime. Also, anyone who's just came into the stream, every time we make £100, an hour gets added to the timer, so £100 in total. So once that bar there goes to £200,